Mayap Ugtu. Good afternoon. Mayap Ugtu is good afternoon in the local dialect of Kapampangan. It's been a while. Here's the plan. We'll try and catch you up on why it's been a while. It's been, so many days since we last put a video out. There was a pretty good reason for that, and I'll come to that very shortly. We did leave you with the cliffhanger of were we going to be able to move into the house before our last two kids arrived from the UK, which was late on the 17th of December, and today is the 28th. What a cliffhanger, because we left it so long. It was my intention to try and publish a video in the next day or two after that one. You'll find out in a moment why we didn't do that. Oh man, goodness, such suspense. It's almost like, who shot JR in Dallas, the original Dallas, in the 1980s? If you don't know what I'm talking about, you've probably got the advantage of youth on me. Trust me, you didn't miss anything, it was rubbish. But it had the world wondering. I'll stop blabbering on. What could possibly go wrong? Before that, our gate is nowhere near finished, but they've been doing a lot of work on this for a number of days now. This is not a gate that they've bought from a specialist gate maker. This has been constructed entirely on site. They were testing it this morning with the remote control, and it looked like it worked. I'm not sure it's ready for us to use it properly yet, and at the moment it's a big old heavy lump to move by hand, but very soon this will be a fully functional gate. The next level of our security process, and a little bit more privacy. One more little delay before I put you out of your misery. Although, let's face it, this video's probably called something like "We Moved In." So you've probably got the message already. But before we get to what's happened, we had another visitor yesterday. Another subscriber came to see us, Alain. Alain and his wife and a couple of family members came to see us. Alain has a house in Mabalacat, which is 20 minutes, maybe less, drive from here, and is planning to build another place in another year's time, about 10 or 15 minutes up the road the other way. Had a lovely time with Alain again on that day, on that visit. Chewed the fat again, as always. Very pleasant to catch up, Alain. Please do come again. Right, what's been happening? So, the 17th was the target date. The video we put out was the day before that. Did we get in? Yes, we did. They got all of the doors fitted with door handles and locks. They got the glass banisters in place, and somewhat crucially, we got the beds. So we did move in on the 17th. And then, we got very busy for a couple of days, just unpacking stuff. It's still going on. And then, I think it was on the 21st, our daughter Sabrina came into the room quite late at night and said, "Oh, my stomach's hurting, not feeling good." And like a good father, I said, "Oh, take a Panadol, go back to bed. I'm trying to sleep myself." However, an hour or two later, that wasn't making any difference, and so we took her down to a little hospital just up the road from here, and they took a look at her and said possibly appendicitis, but go home, come back tomorrow morning, and we'll do an ultrasound and just make sure and see what we need to do next. So we did go back the following morning. It turned out the ultrasound person was on holiday. So we went to a different hospital. We went to a bigger hospital in Angeles City, about 30 minutes away. And pretty quickly they confirmed, yes, it was appendicitis and the little devil had to come out. So we spent the next 3 days in the hospital with Sabrina. My wife stayed overnight all 3 days, and she's a superstar for doing that because it can't have been very comfortable. We finally got out of the hospital pretty late evening on Christmas Eve. So that kind of stopped anything happening, and then because of that, everything was kind of put back. We got busy again, obviously, with Christmas Day and the family being together, which was always the most important thing for us. And then moving. So it's just been a very, very busy few days. So apologies for the delay, but hopefully that explains why we went dark for a little bit there. Anyway, enough. Let's show you where we're up to now. Before we get to the house, the carport has a new look. It is clearly far from finished, but a lot of painting has been going on here. We've lost most of the grey walls, still a little bit. They've been doing quite a bit in here with skim coat and paint. At the front of the house, the scaffolding is coming down, which suggests the painting, at least at height, is all done. And if it's all done upstairs, I think that means it's all done downstairs, at least on the front of the house. This is it. This is what it's going to look like. Hopefully with a bit of driveway and some green. But this is what the front of our house is. So, heading into the front door, grandson Jacob has very helpfully just opened the door. Now, this maybe helps with answering a comment that Alain made when he was here, that it's very hard to get a sense of scale of this place, and it is actually bigger than he thought it was. So maybe with Jacob in there, now Jacob's still a nipper, but maybe that height of that door compared to Jacob gives you some scale, because yeah, the door is out of scale with the rest of the house, but it's quite a large place. Right, let's go inside. You can see, or maybe just saw a moment ago, the door lock, the door handle, oh, sorry, big step there, are all on, and that's true all the way around the house. Just inside the front door. To our left, the living room. Sofas arrived, I think on the 16th. So those are in. The clock that we brought with us from Hong Kong is in, although has been taken to pieces temporarily, so it's not actually working. And that's it for this room, with the exception of a little cabinet here. Right, heading down the hallway, taking a right. Just here on the left is the sunroom. And we don't have any furniture to put in here. It's still a mess, there's still boxes all over the place. Furniture in here, I'll have to wait. Money has become rather tight. In the dining room, most of this you saw in the last video. The only thing of any substance that is different is this glassware cabinet, or cabinet of some sort, that again came with us from Hong Kong. Heading into the kitchen, mostly functional, but in here we've got a problem. The gas hob, they seem to have missed the fact that the gas drums will be kept outside. So at the moment, there is no gas line to connect to this cookertop, this cook surface. They're going to have to fix that. Now, I don't know how they're going to do it without digging up tiles, moving stuff down here. I think there's no choice. I can't see how else they can get a gas line out unless we're going to be having it above the tiles and we're tripping over it the whole time. However, with that little blip, the rest of the room is done. We've got a few bits of kitchen kit in here now. Crucially, the coffee machine, although I haven't actually tried it to see if it still works. The ovens were in already. So this is the look out of the front. Now, you will be able to see here the grills on the windows. They're not entirely finished yet. There's still a couple of areas to do, but I know it's not universally popular. It does take away from the look, but this is all about security. And sorry, that comes first. We put them on the inside because the fact is we've got reflective glass outside. So during the day, you really won't be able to see these grills from the outside. Yes, of course, you can see them from the inside. It does detract from the aesthetic a little bit, but it's only detracting from one way. Plus, It was George at Casa Texpina who suggested that he'd heard of cases where grills are on the outside of windows and have been removed by people, naughty people trying to get in. This way round they're going to have to get through the glass first, and because we'll have sensors on, well, everywhere, we should get warning before they get anywhere close to the grills. So from a security point of view as well, this seemed like the better option. And at the back of the kitchen, one of my favourite rooms, the pantry. For the last 18 months, our pantry has pretty much been a kitchen table with everything just on top of it or underneath it. Now we've got a proper one. Heading down from the kitchen, another cabinet that came with us. And in the rather dark laundry room, let's try and shed some light. Where are you light switches? There we go. The dryer and clothes washer, still in boxes. We'll get to that sooner or later. And right next to it, helper's room. It's all done, but is still a storage room. And it's the dirty kitchen, where Jacob's making himself some toast.
Yes.
I'm not sure what he's going to put on it, but we'll find out. Probably Nutella. Oh, nothing, he says. Anyway, in here, everything does work. So the only little change really was they did put a base underneath this cooker so that it's come up to roughly the height of the countertop on either side. We did decide, after a bit of debate, this kitchen islandy thing is going to stay up against the wall. There's not really space to move it anywhere else. And this is the refrigerator that came across from the other small house that we have. So this kitchen is fully functional. Into the gym and spa. Not a great deal more to show you. There's a little bit of touch up been done here, except there is something going on down at this end, where we have Manny, or we did have Manny, working on a shower. There we go. The shower in the spa area. The only one that's a kind of a bought-in, pre-made shower, I think. One room downstairs that is changing quite a lot is the home cinema room, the home theatre room, where we now have the soundproofing material on most of the walls, and we're getting the plyboard. I think it's plyboard, I don't think it's Hardiflex, going up to cover that. So again, this room will only be very semi-finished by the time this process is all done. We can't really finish it because of not knowing the size of speakers that will go in here, which means we can't do the proper cutouts in the walls to place those speakers. But we should have a fully soundproofed and sort of semi-finished room by the time they're done. Into the master bedroom, where everything's done and dusted. We've moved a load of boxes in, excuse the mess. It's a living house, don't judge us. Lots of stuff still to be done in here, with boxes to be unpacked. A lot of this is security bits and pieces. And a lot more is clothes and other accoutrements of a bedroom. So my wife's first section of the master walk-in closet, my bit, just this wall, that's all I need. In fact, it's probably more than I need. And then she's slowly filling up. The rest of this, I should give a special shout out actually to my wife, my beautiful Asawa, and also to her sisters Josie and Rita, who spent and are continuing to spend probably 4 days unpacking, cleaning, moving, just an incredible effort. And into the bathroom, which looks similar. Let's stick a light on, that looks rather dark. Looks similar to what we saw previously, just the usual bits of bathroom stuff added. Shower working, it is an issue for us. The water pressure is simply not good enough. We need a booster pump. But hopefully that won't be too long to arrive. Upstairs, nothing really new to show you except in the bedrooms. And this is Aldrin's bedroom. I'm not going in there. I had a look a few minutes ago. It's a dreadful mess. Aldrin, keep your room tidy. So we'll leave that one. Trust me, it's all done. This is Alex's room. So, as with all the other cases, the bed did arrive. The beds all came. And you can see the blinds are on. So in the end, we decided that upstairs is all blinds, no curtains, for two reasons. Number one, it was cheaper. Number two, it was a significantly longer lead time for curtains. And we wanted to get these in as quickly as possible. So the company that did it, credit to them, they delivered in, I think, 4 days. All the blinds, we're still waiting on the curtains. But it did take another day or two of discussions before we agreed the deal. So they did their part, or they have done their part so far. And heading through, nothing again particularly new here. You've got the walk-in closet all finished and the bathroom, which was all done previously. This is Sabrina's room. Here is the cause of all our problems. The girl who we've decided is actually allergic to the Philippines because the last 2 trips here, she's ended up in hospital both times. But her room is done. The scaffolding outside, as we just saw outside from that view, is on its way out. That's going to be disappearing shortly. Bed arrived. I'm not sure if these bedside tables are finished. That looks like there's a bit more to do there. But all done, including in the bathroom. Let's just see if we can shed some light. There's a little bit better. So this was all done previously. And into Jack's room.
Hello.
God, Jacob's getting around. He's fast. So, like all the other rooms, done. I'm not sure why all the blinds are down. Maybe he's doing some catch-up sleep. He was up very late watching football last night. Soccer, for you Americans. But this is all, here he is. Oh, looking fantastic. Looking his best. And a nice clean shirt on as well. So, in case you haven't seen this before, I'll just show you what Jack's got outside the door here. Oh, Jacob's going to open it for me. It's very kind of you. Thank you. So this is Jack's balcony, which I think means he's got the best room. Well, excluding the master, possibly. So this would be what he would wake up to in the mornings if he ever got up in the mornings. He's not a morning person, he's a student. But in the afternoons, this is what he can come and sit outside and look at. Although at the moment it's a bit grey, but the sun will set directly ahead. That is west. So pretty good views from up here. And this is the look across the back of the house. So again, the painting here, I think, is, apart from maybe some little bits of touch up here and there, is all done. We've got the cream colour instead of the white that we had before. There was a little bit more touching up going on the ceiling of the patio earlier on today. That might well be all finished. Now I think it is. So this house is starting to look like its final look. And the gazebo is getting used every single day, whether it's family or friends, every day this is getting used. So it was a little bit of a pricey addition, but I think a good decision to do this. And just in case, again, you've not seen it before, this is the pool, which was finished quite a long time ago. All we've got to do is get some grass to put around the outside, because at the moment it's pretty unattractive. And I know there'll be questions. This is not water filled, this is just a sunken seating area. And Jacob now seems to be determined to be in every shot, but where's the harm in that? So that's it. That's our review of where we've been, why we've been away, Apologies again for that, but unavoidable. It will not be so many days until the next one, although we're not going to be doing these every day now. There's just not enough to show you, but we will be back relatively soon, unless something else goes wrong.